The former queen is now firmly under our thumb. Francia and Italy are at war, and we need to start fabricating some claims. Specifically in Ireland, specifically with our crappy archbishop. Okay, we might need to murder our archbishop. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings III in our Empire of Albion series. So, the only reason I have not to murder our archbishop is that he is a friend, technically. So, in terms of narrative, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Constantine to want to murder Notfrake. But here's the thing. He's arbitrary, he's arrogant. If he kind of realizes that this guy is a problem, he might get tired of him really quickly, because he's arbitrary. So, we're going to try to have Notfrake fabricate some claims. And we do have a truce with Ulster. So, we could go about this in different ways. We could go ahead and fabricate a claim on Ulster. But for now... Oh, it looks like there's actually... That's very interesting. It looks like the Earldom of Mon is expanding. We can't declare on them right now because we have a truce. We took the Isle of Man from them, but it's actually quite interesting that they... I might be able to conquer that entirely when the time comes. So maybe let's change that up. Let's have the bishop... I did not see that until literally just now. Let's have the bishop work in Eilich. And that's going to take 3 years just to fabricate one claim, because he's a crappy archbishop. But there's that. Now, we can pardon criminals. We can imprison criminals. Right now, we have no chance of imprisoning Aid. We can work on swaying him, potentially. There might be things I can do. I can send him a gift. Let me start a scheme to sway Aid. I don't have any other sway schemes going right now. Another thing that I'm going to do, this is a little bit more dastardly, but here's what we're going to do here. Where's Aid? Alright, first of all, Donald should be forbidden from fighting. I think I talked about that a few episodes ago. We're going to go ahead and force Aid to fight. So, if we're involved in any wars, you know, he'll be out on the battlefield. Sure would be a shame if something were to happen to him. I would be so sad. Sorry, I'm just endlessly amused by just the intrigue of this entire plotline so far. Sophia comes of age. With her coming of age, my tuition of Sophia is at an end. Despite having had more than a fair share of experience with lying as a child, Sophia always found it difficult to apply that kind of creativity in any structured fashion. While she has shown herself fully capable of petty scheming, few would call it refined, but refinement is not always what you need. They grow up fast. So she actually has a higher education level than me. And now we can marry Sophia to Eldred of Wessex, the son of the petty king, which is pretty cool. So let's, before any more time passes, let's see how our armies are doing down here. We could totally... We have this siege going right now, and there's 5 months left. The war seems to be going pretty well, especially with my assistance, which means we're going to get some prestige for it. We're still earning gold, despite the fact... A hook on me is expired, that's nice. Despite the fact that we're down here, we're still earning gold. So that's positive. Let's go ahead and keep things going at speed 4 for a moment. Going to keep an eye on this siege. Also keep an eye on neighboring armies. We might be able to siege their capital, and if that happens, that could be interesting. Oh! So it looks like there's yet another... Wait, the Petty Kingdom of Cornwall. Ah, so someone in Brittany's court actually has a claim on Cornwall. That's interesting. I'll go ahead and accept that, but we can't join that for a while. We're going to stay focused down here. Okay, so we got 4 from occupying that city. 4 gold, specifically. We got 4. I don't know 4 of what, but we got 4. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I mean, seems like... Yeah, in order to really have strong supply lines, we would have to occupy here first before heading over here. But I kind of want to try. I kind of want to just go for that particular occupation, you know? Or I could march over here. I'd still be over the supply limit, unfortunately. I don't know that I'd definitely be over the supply limit there. So, yeah, let's try and march on this location. I'm going to try to pay attention to what territory is occupied here so that we can maintain supply lines. Actually, we might have to double back and defeat that army. Let's do that to prevent them from disrupting anything. Yeah, we're going to arrive before those reinforcements do. So, actually, we might arrive. No, we won't. I take it back. But we're still going to win. So far, militarily, Scotland's doing pretty well. I'm happy about that. Quick question, by the way. Let's keep things paused for a second. How's culture looking here? Alright, so doesn't look like Scottish culture has quite fired yet. I'm not sure if there's a reason for that. We'll find out. Again, this is one of the first times I've really tried to make Scottish culture fire in CK3, so I'm not entirely sure of all the prerequisites, and I'll figure it out as we kind of play through. Oh! Yes! I wasn't expecting it to work that quickly. I should not be this maniacally happy about this, but our brother's dead. Serves you right. Okay, okay. Well, now the High Chieftain is my nephew. He's 17, so he's of age. But let's see. It looks like... Do we have a hook on him? We do have a hook on him. How? Hold on. For what? Oh, because I'm the head of the house? Okay, then. Well, hang on. I might be able to tweak his contract? Perhaps? Accused of violating sumptuary law. There's an option. Wow. His opinion of me is much better. He's deceitful, lustful, he's a dishonorable planner. He's sterile. So that is... It's a good thing for the future of our kind of control, because he's the most powerful vassal right now. He controls the most territory outside of me and the kid, Donald. So, man, what a development. I freaking love that. Let's see how that goes. By the way, I had one of my moderators point out that, like, Aquitaine popped up out of nowhere. And no, that's not the kingdom map showing things. The kingdom map is this. So it does look like the kingdom of Aquitaine has formed. Probably as a result of a rebellion that occurred that we were not called to, as can happen. So, we can designate a guardian for Daniel. It looks like, actually... Oh, yeah, that's right, since I have... Who are my current wards? I think it makes the most sense. Let me go ahead and raise... that child. We have 2 more years until our betrothed will be of age. Alright, so we can usurp the Jarldy of Mon, or the Jarldom of Mon. I know I said Jarldy. But that's going to cost a little bit more gold. Again, thankfully we're making money during all of this fighting, which is so interesting. But, okay, now with those armies on the retreat, let's go ahead and march on Cuneo. The war is looking well in hand, so, I mean, this is all going to be controlled by West Francia soon, which is nuts. We have some raiders. That's a problem. I might need to go ahead and call my army home, although the raiders are only going to be there for 7 months. By the time I got back, Anglo-Saxon legend was stolen. Yep. So we've lost some stuff due to that. All right, I'm missing some pop-ups. Challenge to board game. Okay, Sophia's married. Would you care for a rousing game of Fidchel? Sure. The kid wants to play a game. The greatest game, Fidchel. Donald is already waiting to begin our little Fidchel match, sat waiting with a competitive grimace writ large across his features. We're neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. I'm not generally much of one for rules, opines my opponent. But Fidchel makes me see the appeal, just a little. They let you force other people to admit you're better than them sometimes. Okay, so diplomacy is countered by prowess. So that would be 11 to 19. Learning is countered by diplomacy. So that would be 24 to 23. We can stab the board, which is to say prowess is countered by learning. So that would be 7 to 14. So honestly, like, the best challenge here is learning versus honest. Donald might kick my ass here. Let's see. Our match marches on, Donald continuing with a competent play and clever witticism. Blast it, somehow this man seems to counter every stratagem I employ. He's starting to win, though neither of us is even close to victory. I've always said that Fidchel can teach a man much about running a realm, pontificates my opponent, and vice versa, naturally. Alright. I know the rules of Fidchel like the back of my hand. Our match marches on, Donald continuing with a competent play. Alright, so that's the same event. I am unparalleled in the theory of Fidchel. Looks like he won. There is no greater disappointment than that which I feel when staring at the pieces in this board. Their arrangement clearly dictates that I've been bested. With God as my witness, I did all I could. My palms become sweaty, and my knees weak. As I really, really, guys? Really? You're going to go there? As I realize the best of my ability is simply not enough to beat Donald. You've made an enemy here today. No. I don't want to form a rivalry. Let's just say we'll see who wins next time. It's the kid. We're not going to worry about it. All right. So I'm going to bring the army home because we need to. The raiders are taking stuff, and I'm not a fan. So when will you arrive is the question. Looks like they'll arrive in 9 months. So the raids will be over by the time I get back. But at least I might be able to help out with this war up here, which so far looks like it's going, but we'll see. Looks like Fergus was taken prisoner by King Bjorn of Sweden. Wait, what? Excuse me? How did that happen? Are they the ones raiding? Yep, they are. Okay. Well, not only has Aid passed away, unfortunately, but now his son is unfortunately in the custody of the King of Sweden. I'm so sad. Alright, so it looks like there's another war that we've been called to. This is actually... Alright, that war's over. Let's see how that looks. Oh my goodness. So, this is interesting. The Kingdom of Aquitaine is the one we actually have an ally in, because that's King Louis the Stammerer of Aquitaine. So he used to be interesting. So there was some kind of civil war here. King Louis III of West Francia is not our ally. Aquitaine is. I managed to miss that detail, or maybe because the split might have happened while the war came about. That's fascinating. So look at that. Italy doesn't exist anymore. Aquitaine certainly does. Prisoner Thomas has died in my dungeons. Ooh, haven't had one of these in a while. So we've unlocked, using Renown, we've unlocked a little bit of a bonus. Now we can improve fertility across the board. Or we can say convergent blood, chance of reinforcing congenital traits, 30%. Lots of choices here. So let's go kind of up and down the board. Fertility plus 10%, attraction opinion plus 5. Desirable match. Gloryhound vassal opinions, that's a particular type of vassal. They care about standing and prestige and showing the world the strength of the realm they're part of. Bold or discompassionate vassals often adopt this vassal stance. Marriage acceptance would improve by 30 across the board. Just marrying into my dynasty would have a plus 30 bonus when being considered by potential matches. Vibrant court. Courtier and guest opinion plus 10. Court grandeur bonus plus 5. Better guests will be attacked. Better guests will be attacked. Guest recruitment cost minus 30%. That's not bad. Ominous reputation. Dread gain plus 20%. Natural dread plus 15. So that's one way to kind of keep everyone in line, is just to have a natural dread level that makes us less likely to be messed with. Think House Lannister, for example. Mostly fair. Popular opinion plus 5. Hunt and feast cost minus 30%. Ooh. Ooh. See, hunts and feasts, now that they are now that the new event system has been added, are considerably more expensive than they used to be, or at least I feel like they are. So the idea of making those cheaper is appealing. House of Warriors, prowess plus 2 across the board for all dynasty characters. Knight effectiveness plus 15. Grand weddings are 50% cheaper. Grand weddings gain plus 15 bonus acceptance. So this is a new tree, the activities tree. Then language scholars. Learn language scheme power plus 20%. Minority vassal opinion plus 10. Minority vassals feel that their faith or culture is marginalized by their liege. Vassals of hostile faiths or cultures with less than 30% cultural acceptance often adopt this vassal stance. And by the way, what is vassal stance? Every vassal has a vassal stance which affects the opinion they have with you as their liege and which heir they prefer as successor to the realm. Vassals in the same stance will like and dislike the same things. For example, all Gloryhound vassals dislike when you lose wars. Every vassal stance prefers one specific heir. Upon succession, each preferred heir will get an opinion bonus. If the primary heir is not preferred, they will instead get an opinion penalty. There's a part of me that's tempted just to go for Bounteous Loins because we are still kind of building a dynasty. Seems like a good idea. But also Vibrant Court. Better guests will be attracted, so this means we might potentially have better choices for our counselors in the future. I think it's between Ominous Reputation, Desirable Match, and Bounteous Loins. Or Vibrant Court and Bounteous Loins. Desirable Match is nice too, but we'll save that for later. Convergent Blood is also nice, but I'm going to hold off on that. I think I want to go with Ominous Reputation. Let's go ahead and establish ourselves as a slightly more fearsome house. Not to be trifled with. Alright, we can ransom a character for a full 50 gold, someone we captured during the war. So let's go ahead and do that. Because it looks like we're now losing money. Let's see if there are any additional prisoners that we can ransom. Hold on. No, that's the only one for now, but it might be just because we've already sent one offer. We could have multiple prisoners. Oh, ransom's been accepted. Nice. Alright, so now we have some activities available. Let's see if any of those others are ransomable. No, they are not. Okay, you can appoint a worthy successor. This has been looking for a worthy successor for a while. Oh. Yeah, Starkother. That works really well. Onadur is 57, Starkother's 33. I'm honestly quite happy about that. So at this point, the Knights of Edinburgh are at rank 2. So this improves army damage when this particular accolade is in battle. And also dread gain per tyranny is improved for the liege that controls this accolade. Once we reach rank 3, that modifier won't change, but army damage will change, and Gloryhounds will have higher opinions of me. At some point soon, I might consider expanding my men-at-arms. We're still relatively poor as a country, so I need to be mindful of that, unfortunately. Alright, we are sailing back. Neighbors' War resolved. I've come across a book describing how ancient monastics used trances and visions of ecstasy to commune with heaven. It seems a strange practice in our modern age, but perhaps there is something to be learned from them. What I really like about the way that this has played out so far is that Constantine is clearly like this learned, very bookish leader. Like, that is the way he has formed in this playthrough. In CK3, these characters can become wildly different, you know, people as you play through and as you sort of make decisions. And the stories kind of form not only for each character, but for entire dynasties and nations as you kind of progress through the ages, which is a lot of fun for me. I wonder what would happen if I imitate their practices, or I say, what do other texts say? You test the mystical practices. You know what? Let's say you attempt to learn more about the practice through books. I don't want to do something that would turn Constantine into a lunatic. The more I dig into the ancient text, the more I discover. Could the mysterious practices of the ancient monastics predate even Christianity itself? I seem to have stumbled across something remarkable. This is teaching me so much about my faith. You increase your learning by 1, and you gain 1 learning lifestyle perk unlock just outright. Give me that. Give me that. Because we are 1 perk away now from Scholar. Also, we have the buy claim interaction unlocked now. So we can, with the right amount of gold, just straight up buy a claim, which is awesome. All right, so let's take a look at this war and how it's going. It does look like it's not going particularly well. We might try and take the capital of Cornwall if their armies... Yeah, it seems like they're fighting down here a little bit. Or it might... Interesting. There are no defending armies here. So we are involved in multiple wars right now. Let's take a look at this. What is the exact situation here? Oh, we've lost a counselor. Died from internal injuries. Aw. That's a shame. Okay, so we lost our chancellor. Let's see if we can appoint... do we have a better spy master? Ermengarde? She's a content knave. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to appoint Donald as Chancellor. And Ermengarde is going to be Spy Master. She's a lowly courtier, so that's a bit of a different situation from what we've had up to this point in the series. We no longer have a vassal on the council as the Spy Master, which I'm honestly kind of okay with. You don't want someone who might have the potential not to like you and who holds land and power in your territory to have that title of Spy Master. That can backfire. They can use that against you directly. Also, hang on. It does look like this is going to reduce my diplomacy, but that's fine. Bring my journal. Want to try and lose some stress. I grab a pen and open my journal. With each sentence that graces the paper, I feel my shoulders relaxing. The clarity this process brings is unrivaled. I dip my pen once more. All right, so that did reduce attempt suicide. No, we're not going to do that. Although, one thing I do want to check on. If I look at the election, yeah, Donald has the most votes. It looks like he has everyone's vote. And I mean, he should, because he's awesome. Also, notice we have a granddaughter now. She's 4. So that's great. Donald and his wife have had their first child. So, I mean, right now the kingdom is looking like it's in good hands. Could go south, because this is CK3. But it's looking like it's in good shape so far. Today my son Thomas was taught a lesson in vassal management by Donald. It was quite a complicated course necessary, but perhaps a bit beyond Thomas's grasp. My subjects only ever wish me well, Thomas exclaims. I will trust my subjects indiscriminately so that we can build the realm together. Oh, you sweet, gullible child, that level of trust could be dangerous. Good. Let suspicion be vanquished from your mind. Forgiveness is a virtue above all others. So, he can either become forgiving here, which is virtuous to Catholics, or he can be trusting. I kind of like the idea of him being forgiving as opposed to trusting. It's not so much that I want you to trust, I want you to be able to forgive when your trust has been violated. Let's go that route. Oh, the war we were about to win. Oh, I'm so mad about that. Are you freaking kidding me? Did you see the timing on that? We were about to win that siege. That's why I was zooming in on it. And then the war got invalidated. Wow. That's absurd. Okay, well, we don't have raiders in our territory anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the army home and then disband them. Let's hold court. My vassal Kinnaid approaches the throne with a middle-aged man in tow. My liege and king, he spouts. My brother, Muritak MacDrostan, seeks the honor of serving in your retinue of champions. Give him the opportunity to prove his quality. Muritak smiles weakly. Though I am only a middling swordsman, I hope to learn much in your service. So we could gain a favor hook on this particular vassal. We would gain prestige. I wonder what's going on here. Why are you trying to get rid of this guy? I mean, he's content, gregarious, and forgiving. He's a compassionate absolver. Like, he's a really good dude. What? I feel a lot like this character's trying to, like, move this character out of the court. Why? Wait, are you like a... Oh, yeah, you're a content blackguard. So, and you're arbitrary, so you're just kind of doing what you want. Let's go ahead and say, to take on him, I need something in return. I won't say no to an extra knight. It's not going to cost me anything. My lord, my steward Duke Rune takes the floor. I have an idea to improve taxation. You could send surveyors to question your subjects about every property, its name, owner, extension, and value, and how many people and animals live there. Very well, proceed with the survey. So we'd lose 75 gold. Survey begins. It will take some months to complete. And we could also just say, give me more money. Every vassal would pay 5 gold to me. And we would gain a opinion penalty from all direct vassals that would just last for 2 years. As opposed to losing 75 gold to take this survey, which will then give me benefits once it's over. Alright, fine. Very well, proceed with the survey. That's going to put me in debt. O munificent King Constantine, I am Sigtrig, and I have traveled far to ask for your aid in fighting a great injustice, or in righting a great injustice. The man in front of me bows deeply before continuing with a well-rehearsed plea. My brother, Jarl Sigfrob, currently sits on the throne of Mon, but I am the true and rightful ruler of these lands. Somebody in the comments, and I really appreciate this, by the way, pointed out how to pronounce this, but it's been a couple of days, and I can't recall from the top of my head, so I'll have to go back and take a look at that. If you aid me in pressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you and serve you loyally until the end of my days. So we can go ahead and declare on Mon. We can say, please depart at once, I can't risk offending the Jarl. Let's have him stay. Because if he has a claim, that allows me to basically take control of that entire section of territory that I was looking at the beginning of the episode, if you recall. I would be able, as long as he's at my court and I can press his claim, to keep him as a vassal and have all of that within my territory immediately. My business here is done. And truth be told, we should be able to do it pretty soon. Oh, what's this? Oh, nice. Humble gift. I accept. And we're not in debt anymore. Okay, so that's actually, I think, tell you what, let's let the army get back. But that's a pretty good stopping point. We are going to lose some money here when this army embarks. Watch. Yeah. God, that's expensive. Why does it cost that much gold just to get in the water? The negotiator. During my afternoon stroll down the streets of Lothian, my son Daniel runs up to me. Father! They just started swinging at one another when he is interrupted by a high-pitched shriek, turning our attention to the fight down the street. The combatants appear to be a couple of gangs, or a couple of pages from my court, circling each other in preparation for another tussle. Break it up, both of you. You gain 75. Prestige, 5% chance of gain the firm hand perk. I have arrived in Edinburgh to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of my loyalty. I hope my pledge of submission alone is evidence enough of my honor. Show Duke Seward in at once. Alright, so this will help us gain grandeur and renown as well as prestige, but no money. He's not bringing money to the court, unfortunately. You can unlock a new perk for the learning lifestyle. Heck yeah, let's go. You gain the trait Scholar. So that's going to improve learning by 5. Hostile schemes and personal schemes are more likely to be successful, and development growth will improve by 15% as long as Constantine is still alive. That's fantastic. Okay. Well, with the... Oh. Okay. Well, that war ended. Let's go ahead and disband all armies. That's perfect timing. I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we have a claim to press on this particular territory, and we also are working on fabricating this claim here, which, if that goes well... It might. You never know. If it goes well, then we will be able to start taking land in Ireland. And before long, we will control enough that we will be able to declare ourselves Emperor of Albion. But remember, we also have to obtain Scottish culture if I really want to be rightful, in terms of just the narrative, King of Scotland. I'm still working towards that as well before I can check that box off. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes drop every day, but Tuesday at 11 a.m. US Eastern Time. And comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.